All right, guys. So we just finished the complete series of Defenders. Well, the complete season, I should say. Series would be a little. I'd say optimistic, but that'd be bad. That would be.
That's it. One and done. In and out, like a fiddler's elbow.
Yeah. So.
But once.
This was a decent conclusion. I felt it much like the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, good.
It kind of had that really long ending that didn't really bring me any happiness.
Lord of the Rings is like the go-to example of this, right? Where it seems like it just ends multiple times. Lord of the Rings was the worst, though, because it kept like fading to black, and everyone was like, "All right, good."
And you're like,
and you were
4
in the
hours.
theater.
I got to pee the whole time.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have to pee this much and hold up your empty big gulp. Yeah. And you're like, fuck.
Because it was obvious that Daredevil wasn't dead. Because they've already signed on for the next season of Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to do meta stuff outside the series, but yeah, I don't see them killing him at this moment. This seems like a horrible time to kill him. And so I had heard, I'm not a comic book guy, but I had heard that there's a point in time where Danny Rand is Daredevil in like the comics. So it seemed like they were setting that shit up.
The whole time that never came was there was a picture leaked of David Tennant on the set, and he was not in a single bit.
That's true too.
So that frustrated me because I was like, he's live. Or did you think like they're the ultimate trolls? They're like, David, just come to the set for a day. We just want the paparazzi to get a picture of you.
Maybe he
you and Jessica.
No, maybe he literally visited the set, met with the people, talked about future seasons, talked to Jessica like a little bit, and all that stuff, and then just left the set and was like, I have to take pictures.
Maybe.
It's fucking cheeky.
Maybe.
I'm a cheeky cunt.
But I was waiting for that, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, it would have been weird to fit it in. I don't know where they would have done that, but...
Well, that could have been a thing after the credits.
Well, okay, yeah, so they didn't... okay. I had the same thoughts during that time, and I was like, they might set up the next season or whatever the fuck, or hint at like a lurking evil or something like that. But they did not do that.
Like, there's a part of me in the back of my head that was hoping there'd be a thing like there's Gal like about to leave, and he just goes, "Kill yourself," and she just like kills herself.
You don't want to do that. Oh no, come with me. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Or he's like, "What's this substance?" Or whatever the fuck, because I currently have fucking shitty kidneys that I need some substance to fix.
I've got a Jones for some substance.
Got a fever. Yeah.
But in the episode, we have some bombs get set. We have a 10-minute countdown. We have Daredevil fighting with Elektra, trying to get her to come back to who she is. It seems like in the final moments, they're like semi-back together. They understand how things work.
Fine line between fucking and fornicating, my friend.
Wouldn't want to die.
Fighting and fornicating. God damn it.
There's no line between fucking and fornicating.
Very little line.
Very little.
Perhaps a line of class. No, between fighting and fornicating, my friend. No, yeah, that's similar to the Red Sonja fight with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Where they're tiring each other out and talking, and it gets more and more. But this was like darker and more modern and rougher and stuff.
Yeah, and the world was ending around them.
Yeah, they're kissing at the end. The rubble's coming in, but they're fine somehow, or he's fine at least. I mean, he's fucked up, but he's
well, I wonder,
reasonably okay.
I knew he would survive just because it's Daredevil.
He has to.
But I was wondering about her because I'm like, she's already kind of like dead. Like, barring her head getting chopped off, I think she might be okay.
Well, I'm not even sure of the rules anymore because that other dude, Cyrano de whatever the fuck, Bakudo, just got shot a couple times, and it's not like he's gonna go rest and come back and be fine. Like, he's just like, what? Fuck off. I got shot. Deal with it. I was like, what?
But I joked that he had a bulletproof vest on, so like...
Oh, he might have actually, but they should have, I don't know, whatever. That got cut short, whatever you're gonna talk about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, of the fingers alive, it's potentially just him and Gao.
Yeah, so we were sure he might die. But then,
no, wait. No, he did die.
Oh, his head got cut off.
His head got cut off.
Okay.
What are we talking about? It's just Gao.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the other guy was
just like let that go, and then I was like, wait a minute, that one lost a hand. No, then they cut her off. Yeah.
Anything you say, I just jump on it like it's true. You're a dangerous man.
All right, let's get your checking account number and your...
It's like, okay, don't worry about it. I have a nickname for you, though. I've called you for years. You might forget that. I'd be very offended. It's your scary number and your PIN number. It's like, what? No, let's talk about that. She loses her arm. So there was, during the Luke Cage season, she got, like, fucked up in her shoulder or her arm or something like that. And she was bleeding, and they tied it off and all that stuff. And I think fans were like, and I don't know shit about shit, but I know people on the internet were like, oh, shit, is she going to lose her hand? This is like in the comics. She has like, a fake, like, robot arm. It's going to be great. And then nothing happened. It was like a fake out. And now that she's back, right, then she actually lost it.
If you know you're continuing on, you have a whole, like, world to develop. It's nice to tease things and then develop them.
This is not the end of the world. I don't feel like cheated because I don't give a fuck, but also because,
I couldn't care less.
And they even dropped the thing, like, well, we have some connections with the state of the art. medical thing. Maybe that'll be whatever. So I think the next time we see her, she has like
I would wager, yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
A nice glove that
fucking,
she can wear over her hand.
A constant
like,
black glove where they're like, prosthetics are amazing now, but hers is actually like, I'm doing like fucking crazy shit. Yeah.
That would be the guess.
That's a part of her character, I think. Again, not the comic book expert myself.
Yeah, but again, with like going back to this long, like drawn out ending. So like it starts with them all filing back into the precinct, and like everybody gets their hugs and like, oh, I'm back, oh, I'm returning from war, isn't that? And then you have Foggy and what's her face,
it's crushed.
just like, and like there's the emotion on that dude's face when they realize he's not coming back.
His face said it all, but then I think he's literally just blabs it right to her later at the church. But yeah, I really like that combination of like dread and guilt and like it's great.
Sure, and you have everyone else kind of getting their lives back together. So like, Jessica
like,
opens up her investigation for everything. She rips down the thing, revealing the door. You got what's his name?
They didn't file the paperwork, so there's no charges.
No one's going back to prison.
So no recently paroled individuals have to immediately report to the latest like right. All that shit's good. Which again, did I fall asleep? Did we both have a stroke? Because Luke Cage says, I can't let this happen. And then it cuts to the radio back at the precinct where the others, the plus ones, are hearing them say, like, everyone evacuate, 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 or whatever.
I literally think there may have been something cut out there, but for what happened on screen, that's solely just like, they're like, hands up, freeze. And he's like, I can't let this happen. And I'm taking it as, we cannot freeze. We must get the fuck out of here or you're going to die. I'll be fine, but you're going to die.
Right? I don't know. I wish I knew what happened in that moment, though, because he had to, like, convince them to evacuate. Because police are very, like, stubborn with their, like, no, freeze type of mentality.
Maybe he tackled them out the door, and they were like, we can't show violence against police officers, and they cut it out.
I don't know. It feels weird to me. For a show that did so much, seemed to take so much effort in these small things, it was a weird thing.
It was an odd cut.
Maybe I'm just missing something dumb, though. It's totally possible.
I don't think so. I think there was just nothing there to miss, and more than one person may call that out.
Yeah, Trish mentions that the official story is that there was some unauthorized construction.
And that's what caused these earthquakes.
And she's even, like, rolling her eyes, like, I guess that's weird, but whatever.
Yeah. What's even weirder was, so she mentioned then the falling of the building actually seems to have solved those problems.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's on a day in New York. At least rent is cheap. And they're like, what?
Yeah, which is a...
Your sarcasm is so sarcastic.
It's a deep, hot sarcasm full of dinosaur dragon bones.
Yeah.
I guess we should go to that.
Did they get and export those, the source, or, like, how'd that work?
So here's, like...
It looked like parts of bone were missing.
Yes, so they were cutting out parts of bone. They were putting slices on, like, a cart or something to, like, bring it up, I assume. I'm assuming there's some sort of refinement process going on. But I'm a little sketchy on this whole thing. Is it... Because those are fossils. It seemed like they were concerned with, like, the ribs and, like, the bone marrow, like in the ribs or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know, but they need those bones or whatever the fuck.
Or it's like an ancient Chinese thing where they're just going to ground it up and snort it for fertility purposes.
That was my joke, was that it's like oil, and they just need to take those bones and like process them in some way, and they become the goo that you pour into the pots and all that stuff. But no, I'm really not clear what the fuck's going on, because they were like, oh, this whole place is going to crumble once we have this stuff, right? And also, dragons are real. And they came from Kunlun, or like they were there too, and they gave us so much, and like...
I don't know.
He gave you the power out of his molten heart, and then died, and here he is, and he's one of many dragons, though.
Well, that can't be the same dragon.
Well, no, but like... There's all these different dragons, and they're all there.
Gao said at one point my lands were covered in these things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, her lands as in Kunlun or her
China.
lands as in China? Because either way, how old are you?
Who the fuck knows? But dragons are real, and their bones, if you crush them up and snort them, they give you eternal life. Which is logical.
That just
I'm not going to say it's not logical.
I would just assume that.
But that's a kind of a bombshell. But I'm not sure how excavating that part of the cave would have immediately, automatically caused it to collapse. Unless there's magic keeping the cave open because of the bones, and in that case, just leave one rib behind, right? That's very weird to me. I don't know why. I don't know why New York had to die or whatever the fuck.
I don't know. Yeah, that's very weird because it definitely made me think that it was going to be like a ritual that was going to bring down the house.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite of what that is. I don't know why they would even think that would collapse the whole city because
doesn't make sense.
Maybe that like one sinkhole would form. But you kind of already dug 500 feet deep straight down. Like what do you
You've dug 99.99% of the hole. That dragon was literally, it was like 50 more feet that you had to take things off the walls and like bring them back in, right?
Yeah.
But
and it wasn't even like
yeah.
the dragon bones couldn't have actually been holding it. It must have been the seal, and if it was going to happen, it would have happened right when you broke the door, right?
No, it just keeps getting worse.
Mm.
So I don't even know if that was even going to happen.
Nah, but
or
the
if that makes
biggest,
sense,
like, so
but
all that shit, I don't know. Maybe some other
Sure.
weird magic shit was gonna happen once you process it. I don't know. I won't claim to know that part.
I like
The parts
that.
I can say are dumb was the fact that the team took an elevator down the tunnel after people just took an elevator down to the tunnel. There's only
Yeah.
one elevator. It doesn't come back up automatically because if it did, how would you get back up?
Exactly.
How did the elevator end up at the top?
They sent it back up there just in case anyone had to come down for a plot
You
reason.
know, to hurt them, yeah.
How do you feel about?
Also, the elevator never hitting the ground.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about her letting go of the elevator and then them never showing it hit the ground?
Which is strange.
I guess. Are we to believe that the explosion went off, which took minutes? They climbed up the rest of the way in the time that the elevator was falling. They never show it falling.
They never showed it falling.
Daredevil would have noticed.
Daredevil
surely.
has a hearing like a fucking crazy bat. He can hear fucking Luke Cage's head falling from 2 blocks away, but they don't show like, oh, an elevator just fell.
He's like listening to like the beeps of like the bomb.
Or
like,
have it kill
300
Gal.
feet away.
Gal was like right under the shaft. I was like, oh, she's dead now. And
Yeah.
then no, she's not dead.
I know, because that was just all the rubble falling from the bomb. So it was like, oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck? No, and I mean these are not deal breakers or like fuckers
It's
or
just
whatever.
little things where I'm like, did you
That's
watch it and
upsetting.
go like, hey, what about this? Like, I feel like it would have been very easy to add in.
We could have read this and been like, what about this? The elevator falls, the thing happens. Okay, and then they come down and they have this like plan that's like the worst plan ever, where she's gonna walk out and talk to them.
And they'll swing in the not bulletproof one.
The not bulletproof one's gonna lead and talk, and they're not gonna shoot her, and she's gonna walk towards like their leader and get close enough to lunge at her and strike her, and then the other people are gonna Tarzan in, like that's a thing. That was
where are those ropes?
oddly dumb again for this sort of thing.
Not my favorite moment.
I hated this show. No.
It wasn't a bad show. It just had a couple moments where I was like, that doesn't make sense. And that's all things. Almost every show that has like an ending of a season where there's like a bossy fight thing always ends in a shitty way. And this one ended in like, in a shitty way, but in a different shitty way than I would have expected. It was long, drawn out shitty way with like
these gaps or whatever.
No crazy bullshit. There was no like charging up boss that you eventually beat with some stupid thing. So like it had that going for it. It wasn't the token bad idiot.
We avoided like we have to take out the thing that's shooting the beam into the sky, and then all the
enemies will just fall.
All the demons from Kunlun will like fall down once we sever their energy bond to the ley line of the thing.
Yeah, so it had that going.
Have to smash the crystal that's around Elektra's neck, and then she'll die or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things that could have happened, but all these weird inconsistencies that seemed unnecessary is sort of making me feel.
That's also a huge problem when like you could just solve your problems by like watching the episode, like even the dailies and be like, oh, we didn't get that part. All right, let's add that part in, or don't do that.
Well, or like have your show have these things, but put them all in like the middle or the beginning or something like that.
But like you could have solved that whole thing with right when she lets go, like 1 second later, like boom, like a noise while looking down the hole you couldn't see anything down. Like would have been fine. Add some digital smoke, and I've been like, yep, there it is, it dropped.
Yeah, because we're just like, wait, where'd the elevator go? And it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't ruin it, but it's kind of weird.
If anything that makes you take out of the moment and think about it, that it's a mistake.
Well, yeah, because the whole time we're watching them talk and fight and stuff, we're like, when is the elevator gonna fall? It doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are officially nitpickers. We're shitlords.
Well, yeah,
we hate this show.
Every day of my life.
No problems. So speaking of that, we talked about it already, but Gal walks up to what's his name, who like you flat out said I don't like this guy. I thought he was kind of cool, but he was only cool. He wasn't like good. It seemed like.
The bear killer guy?
Yeah, the bear hunter dude who
bear
said
killer
that
guy
he,
had no juice. I was like, who's this guy? He does nothing cool the whole time. I'm like, he's barely a finger. He might as well be dead.
He's a pinky then. No, he jumps through the window in a cool way and lands on a table in a cool way and does some cool flips. He says some cool shit, but doesn't actually do anything cool.
He sucks.
Right?
He never spoke English, and I hated him.
Yeah, he doesn't actually. No, like those like him walking in to be like, I wanted your last meal to be special or something like that. And it's like, oh shit, but then nothing actually happens with that. And then he like walks around like, oh, all right, this is fine, I guess. Like that's not the badass
he was a bitch,
move.
and I hated him.
Yeah, it sucks. And I'm assuming we haven't seen him before and we'll never see him again because he's
dead.
He was not only impaled but also buried in rubble.
Dead.
Did we see Gal in the epilogue? Why am I forgetting this?
No. We never saw Gal again, but
I'm
Gal
sure she's
presumably escaped. Gal is the head of the hand now. Gal is
That's
just
true.
the thumb. Like, what up? And that's all Gal's got to be now. Is she'll be in everything. She'll be the bad guy of the Punisher.
I like Gal a lot. Slinking around. I think that people that need information or help of like a supernatural nature would like go to her and be like.
And assuming she got a little bit of that essence, that stuff she needs, it maybe could last her forever.
Oh God, did she smuggle out some of those like bones? Maybe.
I have to believe she did.
Yeah. However she got out must have been like a thing. No, she has like telepsychic powers. So like shit falling is not gonna. Okay, she's 100% alive.
I think she's fine.
Yeah. Especially if they're fucking alive. If like Daredevil's alive.
Yeah.
God damn. The cave fight, gigantic fight in the cave.
Yeah, that was pretty boss.
Yeah, I mean there's
a lot going on, so you didn't really get any cool like oh this was awesome or that would like just in general Luke Cage treating people like babies and other
the
people
usual
just, like slam punching you. You got Daredevil flip kicking and whatnot and some orange hand action, but that
yeah,
nothing really good or bad happened. I think in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say no outstanding singular like move or like maneuver besides that weird Tarzan stuff, but like no, just an overall. I thought it was good. It like flowed well. The camera work was cool. You got to see some cool stuff or whatever.
It made me wonder like what they were like. What did that set actually look like?
I know, and during that one more than like some of the other shots, I'm like I think this is digitally faked, but it's really good. Like this is fucking awesome because the camera,
nice mix.
like if you were to like take like a diagram of like the room and fucking like put dots where all the people are, and then like have one of those like things triangles that has like the V of like like what the camera's seeing. It's doing like spirograph shit like around that set, like showing you this and then going here and showing you that and then doing this one and you like see the stuff in between. Like it was really cool shit, subtle shit, but like I like that shit.
It was fine. Nothing else really jumps out at me at this. Not that the season finale was like not good. Just I feel like it's easily covered. You know what I mean? Like
easily covered. What the fuck does that mean? Defend yourself.
Some things are super intense and a lot of things are happening. And while like many pieces happened here, it was a lot of like, all right, and then this happened. All right, she got her arm cut off. All right, this one did that. All right, like it was pretty turn based.
Well, this is that stuff too that I'm critical of sometimes, where like something starts or something that wasn't worth mentioning before. Like we didn't talk about Misty for like 3 episodes. We said like she took him for a walk, and then eventually we said she did something with like someone or something like that, right? But she did like incidental shit in between.
Sure.
But like shit that's not worth mentioning, and then all in one episode. Oh, she's on their side now, kind of. Oh, she's kind of playing ball. Oh, she's like doing the thing. Oh, she's like shooting ninjas. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, she lost her arm. Oh, and then like in one episode here, I'm like, yeah, well, Misty showed up and lost her arm. And, like, it's a very short like recap. It's like well, yeah, she like helped him out and lost her arm, and she's gonna get a robot arm. Awesome.
Pretty much.
End of story. There's like 10 things like that or whatever.
So at the end of this, past the credits, if you stayed past the credits, you got a little teaser for the Punisher.
Yeah.
And that teaser didn't really do anything. It was
too teasery. We got to see his face. We got to hear his voice. It's
gonna be like a flashback. It looks like to show like what like he was like. I think leading into this all happening.
Yeah, but it's he said something like the past is coming to collect or whatever. So I thought it was gonna be like some people from his military or his like weird whatever past were like showing up to like get him or do something bad, and he was gonna have to stop them or something like that. That was
and whether it's just for the trailer or not,
guess.
He's like smashing some like cement, and either that's like just for fun for this teaser, or he's like gonna be uncovering some cool stuff.
Did he do that in the? Because I know John Wick did that. Did he do that in the show when Clancy Brown was in the shed, and then he goes to the shed and he's like that's where I keep my shit or whatever, and it was under cement.
Remember.
So like in John Wick, which is you haven't seen it or have you seen it?
I saw it.
So this is not even a spoiler. But once he's like I'm John Wick again. Like he's been leading like a straight life or whatever.
Yeah.
But he goes out and you see this scene in like a few different things. But you take the sledgehammer, right, and there's like in your garage or your shed or in your basement somewhere. There's a nice, reasonably couple years old, fresh poured slab of concrete, and you just start wailing on it. And there's like a trunk in there full of like your real fucking shit. all your favorite guns and knives and fucking grenades and clips on upon clips, and you're just like, we're going to war, motherfucker. So that was what that like evoked for me. Was he was
it
like
very well could be.
Doing
or
his
it could
thing
just
or
be
whatever.
like we're just gonna get John to just bash this thing for a couple seconds.
Or it's not
like
even
an
him.
unrelated teaser.
I don't even think you see his face when you see the hands at the same time.
I don't believe so.
I think it's just him. No, but it's a cool image like that, and then when they pan up, it's like the broken concrete's in like the Punisher skull like configuration or whatever. So like that's cool and stuff, and they may have nothing to do with anything. But the vibe I got, I mean, I am hyped for that. Hearing John Bernthal's voice, seeing him again, I was like, ooh, excitement and all that stuff.
I'm down. Like it didn't do anything really to me. Like I wasn't like I can't wait to see this.
We didn't learn anything that made you think it's gonna be a thing. I know.
But yeah, I want to see it. If there's anything like him in the prison, like those scenes, I'm like, yeah, put this shit on all day.
Totally, and I like him, and I think we looked it up a long time ago, and his season's going to be another 8-episode season.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
So that's hopefully like a good thing. And I hope what that means is we just took a 13-episode season and cut out five episodes of like filler and side stuff, and it's just like
it would be
fucking
nice.
Good, awesome thing, and not just that you took everything and then compressed it and it's shitty. I'm looking at you, Game of Thrones. You're not aware of this, but it's happening. I think we're done. Last thing, unless you have a thing, but the last thing. How do you feel about potentially Danny Rand? Because Danny Rand doesn't have your Daredevil's costume. He can't pose as so. Like, wasn't in the comic books Matt Murdock got fucked up, and then Iron Fist pretended to be Daredevil to keep the whole like image alive and to make Daredevil's enemies think
you have any reason
can't kill
for that
him
in this series, though.
Right?
Because Daredevil's been on hiatus for how long?
That's what I mean.
They don't even say.
He's already been retired. It makes no sense here.
I don't think there's a reason to do that.
But they hinted so hard. Is that like is this like a backhanded tease for geeks? What is this?
No, but it very well could be because he did say, "Take care of my city."
He says, "Protect my city." Danny takes it to heart. He rolls a tear. He's like, that's what he wanted. I have to protect the city. They show him, now he's on the rooftop looking out, at the city. He does him no good to be up there because he can't hear all the crimes. But that's fine. It's an imagery thing, right? But there's no he can't put on the Daredevil costume to then keep the legend of Daredevil
he can do anything. He's a
alive.
billionaire.
I guess he can get one. Can he find him?
He can have one made.
Well, yeah, but it'd have to be that dude has secret sauce with making suits.
No, but what I mean is I think very rarely does anyone see the Daredevil suit and not already be fucked. And he could just make one that's there was a drawing once, make me something like that.
Well,
I'm good.
He's been standing next to the guy, so you can probably just be like, it's kind of like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I will feel about him being a fake Daredevil, though, and that's going to be weird.
That could just be a fan service tease. That might not happen anyway. Because Daredevil 1 second after that is in a hospital bed I'm fine.
And Toad's not dead.
Yeah, so we'll see. And presumably that Daredevil season comes out before a...
Well, I was going to say, it depends on whether or not Iron Fist, Daredevil, which one comes out first would, vary my,
I'm pretty sure
predictions
Daredevil
or whatever.
comes out first.
Okay. So Daredevil could start with Daredevil, and then it's Danny Rand, and then it cuts back to the monastery, and Daredevil's like, I lost my memory. he's fucked off there with Elektra. I'm not looking at you, but I can feel your pain in your face.
Nah, we'll see. I'm not optimistic about any of that. But we'll find out when that comes out. Until next time, guys, don't die in a fire. Let us know in the comments below what you want to happen, and we'll see you next time. So hot.